Gaming Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to the weekly review special for week 29 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This week I brought in 1,651 points. It's a very low score, but it's still well over 300 points better than what we had a week ago, so I'll take it. But it's 3,000 shy of our best round score, so we're really only about a third of the way to the best week we've had. Current virtual best, exactly 300 points higher than it was a week ago, but only a few points more than what we scored this week at 1663. So almost every game is at the height of its scoring right now. In fact, all but one, NBA 2K20, the only game that did not have a record or match a record week this week. All-time virtual best unchanged. We're still not in the top 10, but we're definitely finally have a game that's drawing a little bit closer and making some progress in that. But let's break down the games individually. So in PCM 20, career mode, massive score increase. We jumped to 307 points. We also ended the season. So we're going to have to move on. If you haven't watched the last episode, plug your ears, skip forward a few seconds, because here comes the spoiler. We ranked 19th, not super prestige or anything like that. We ranked 19th on the index. If you know the game, if you know the series, if you know what that amounts to, it's a big deal. And it's actually not what I wanted. I would have loved to have been 20th or 21st or 22nd. Another year as Continental Pro would have been fantastic. I think we're in real trouble heading to the World Tour. We did a single year in Continental Pro, and we're heading to the World Tour with no money, no budget, no additions to the team that are going to have any significant impact. We have what we have now, and those guys can handle the field a bit in Continental Pro. They're going to get eaten alive at the World Tour level, and one rider and one rider only has gotten us there. And we don't have the support for him to do well in the Classics. There's one fellow Classics rider. That's it. I'm in so much trouble. So much trouble, and I didn't want it. I didn't have anything to do with it. It was just the development of Zeta as a rider that just killed us. In the all-rounder, it's an absolute slog fest, but it's going well. We're up to 39 points, so a new record there, 10 points higher. It was very early in the season to overtake what we had a season ago, but I'm still just glorified domestique or breakaway rider, and I'm not good enough to properly compete anywhere yet. Valley Old Farm, big step, big progress, huge money on the way, so that's going to amount to a big score increase. Off camera, since finishing up that last episode, I've moved forward a couple days already, so this coming week we will be on the day where the grass that we baled and have been transporting for days, there's hundreds and hundreds of bales. We are going to start selling it as silage. It takes 3 days with seasons to turn into silage. I don't know how many bales we have, but it's a lot, and it's going to minimum 500,000. Minimum. We should be well above that. Should be below 1 million, but there's going to be a lot of money in there. My estimation is somewhere around 650 to 700,000. It's a crazy ton of money. Out of Park Baseball 21. Didn't announce this on the game, but viewership is just slowly trending downward on that series. It was really slow for a while. I think I've picked it up, doing much better with it. I'm used to the game and the mechanics. But you pick up a game and you do that, and you go slow and you lose viewers, and that's what happened. I still have some viewers, but it's down to about 25 an episode. For the time, the effort involved, and 2 new series on the channel, plus a third recent new series, a fourth not so distant new series. I just don't have the time, so I've retired it. Founder's Fortune, continuing to make progress, continuing to struggle, but continuing to survive, and that's a big key. I've lost a couple battles, but I've done it in a way that didn't just wipe us out like I had in the Season 1 series. So as a result, we continue to set records, and we've topped 500. It's my best scoring game at the moment, and it really hasn't taken us that long to get there, and that score can keep climbing, but the challenges are getting bigger and tougher, and we're not prepared for those challenges. So hopefully we can pull that together and not have things come crashing down soon, adding into that series as well. But we're so far so good. NBA 2K20, the My League, so much fun. The way it's going, what I'm doing, and being able to partake in it and keeping it at a fast tempo. Viewership's doing all right for it. It didn't start great to begin with, but it's a game that's been out for a while. It's supposed to be a limited series, but for now, I'm going to keep it going because I am having some fun with it, and I think we can at least, we'll obviously get through this season, and I think we'll go with next season, and then as we approach the end of that season, that's where I'll kind of reassess where we're at or what kind of time I have, whether it should go beyond that point, but at minimum 3 seasons, I think, is not bad for something that was supposed to be a limited series. All right. So the big one, F1 2020. We have the My Team Principle, the last question mark My Team series. So both surrounding that new feature with My Team, but also both a break off from the traditional career mode that a lot of the big sim racers have their series going, and they get tens of thousands of views, and they get more views in one episode than I get in a month, and I do quite well for myself considering where this channel was, this time a year ago. But anyway, My Team Principle, the manager mode, the motorsport manager style playthrough. It's actually kind of fun. We're making good pace on that. Just a few episodes. I'm not doing too many per week. It's going to be a 2 per week kind of series. But it's fun, and it actually works. The AI makes it work. The mechanics of the game are in full display going with this series, and we're able to make some pretty rapid progress, do a lot of things. We'll be able to see a lot of seasons, and I can see myself sticking with that one all the way through. Are we still tied to a 10-season career? I'm assuming we are. I can see us doing all 10 seasons. Last question mark. That's the one where I actually get behind the wheel, but I'm doing it without practice, without qualifying, just 5 laps. But the AI is a bit low, but we start from last place every race. So it's a struggle to get through the field, battle, fight. This week's been awesome for the last couple episodes especially. 3 races in a row have gone extremely well in that series. Just missing out on the points. And spoiler if you didn't watch it yet, cover those ears. We broke into the points this week. We got an 8th place finish, scored our first 4 points at Silverstone. On the all-time virtual best side, nothing in the top 10. It's been a while since we've had something up there, but Founder's Fortune, getting close. It's still 120 points away from surviving the aftermath, though, in 10th place. So as high as we've climbed, and 13th is great, and getting over 500 is a huge benchmark, halfway to 1,000, so it's awesome. But we're still over 100 points out of the top 10, even though we're in 13th. So still a ways to go. But again, that's a series that moves at a pretty rapid pace. Scores can come up pretty quick, but we're in a series that's starting to stall out a little bit as it's hard from here to start leveling up. It gets a lot tougher, and our safety is constantly at risk, which means the score can drop pretty rapidly if we start losing colonists. But hopefully I can shore up our defense and be prepared for those battles. PCM 20 career mode, massive jump. 44th a week ago, now 30th, and over 300 points already. We're headed for the World Tours, so I could score a ton of points next season. But like I said, I don't think we're built for it yet. I really don't. I don't think we can compete at the World Tour level, and it could turn out to be an absolute disaster for me because I could lose my 2 best riders at the end of next season. Kicked out of World Tour, back down to Continental Pro, maybe even all the way down to Continental without them. Probably not that low, but could. And continued struggles with budget unless things go better than I expect them to. But I expect it to be a major difficulty unless my sponsor is very forgiving and easy on us. And if that's the case, because they were not expecting this to be a World Tour, they should just be pleased that it happened, as opposed to, oh, your World Tour, here's our demands. You're going to take a top 5 at the Tour de France. Huh? What? Like, I have no rider who could do anything in a Grand Tour. Tintoni's not going to be competitive in any major race. We could do, Tour of California, give it everything we've got, and finish top 10. And that's going to be a success. Am I going to win any World Tour stages? Probably not, unless it comes from a breakaway. We're going to be fighting for, KOM all season. What a nightmare. Out of the park, down to 33rd, as it sat idle, and it's going to be retiring, so something else is going to move into its place next time. Right now, that's the last question mark. It is the highest scoring series we have. That's going to do it for this review special, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.